What's up, you guys? My name's Jack with Darkblade, and today I'm gonna be giving my review on ROADBLOCK End of the Line 2016. God, it was rubbish. God, it's like 11:15 right now. God, I'm tired. This pay-per-view wasn't worth it. But my honest opinion of it, it was really rubbish. Don't think there was really anything good that came out of this pay-per-view. Well, one or two things, and I'll get to those. I have no clue how long this video is. I'm probably just gonna tell you, I'd be more energetic and like, woohoo, yeah, all that stuff, but really, it's like 11:16. I'm tired, I gotta go to sleep. Of course, I don't want school, but let's get into it. I didn't watch the pre-show. First match, we had the tag team title match. Easily one of the best matches of the night. This tag team titles match should have been way up the card, because it went up, well, excluding the pre-show, because that's always down. It went up and slow, well, went a little bit, got a little bit of a hill, but it went pretty much down. I don't understand this logic. So, Monday, we had the Cruiserweights having a match, basically like any other wrestler. It's not as fast-paced as it was intended. It's supposed to be fast-paced. But we have Cesaro and Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Big E, just flying around the ring. They're running circles around the Cruiserweights. Cesaro and Sheamus were able to pick up the victory. I'm kind of mixed on this, but it makes a lot of sense. New Day's already broken the streak, but they're basically pulling a Nikki Bella. Well, they're basically doing the same thing as the Charlotte Nikki Bella feud, where she breaks the record and then she loses it the next pay-per-view. Well, next one or two. Which, not saying it's a new era, same mode, but just, why didn't they try something different? They could have lost it like a little bit longer, keep the reign going to give it a new length, instead of it being like a few days after, make it like a month after. But they probably won't do it at the Royal Rumble, because we need Kofi for the Royal Rumble. We gotta get excited somehow. Just kidding. But like, maybe like take it all the way to WrestleMania yet again. Heck, do it for 600 days. But I think honestly it would get old, and I think we were already seeing it kind of get old, because once they started bringing the cereal and all that stuff, that's when it kind of started getting old, because it was like, oh, it's just imaginary. Oh, they actually bring out a cereal. I think people are still energetic, but I honestly wasn't. Still want to get the cereal, but we'll just try it. I'll probably have it on a video, be like, ooh, it tastes just like Lucky Charms. Yum, 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 delicious. In video, just kidding. But we still see some not really bitterness, but they're not exactly cope eye to eye. They're not exactly Team Hell No eye to eye, where they're like totally off until like one match, and then they were together forever, hugged it out and everything. But they're very similar to Team Hell No in their formation. They came out of nowhere. We didn't see it coming. And then they become champions, and then they're like, hey, and then they go, what? But more than likely, we'll see Royal Rumble. No, not Royal Rumble. Probably they'll take in their rematch tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. Then we go to the Braun Strowman Sami Zayn match. I just feel like this match, honestly, I had different intentions for it. I intended it to be a to be at least 10 minutes and then continue. I didn't really think they were going to do the 10-minute thing, where if Sami Zayn does not get pinned in 10 minutes, then he wins. I'm like, it only benefits Sami because he can play coward the whole match, run in and out of the ring for 10 minutes. But it was a really good match. Still saw Braun Strowman strong. It really did nothing for any of them. It still shows Strowman as a beast. And it proved in nothing for Sami, except he can barely survive 10 minutes. And that wasn't really a full 10 minutes of action, because there was a good 2 minutes where he was just sitting trying to crawl up on Mick Foley, trying to say, don't throw in the towel. I'm like, you really didn't prove anything if you're dodging every bullet. He didn't take nearly any offense compared to what Braun Strowman did. Braun Strowman let him kick out. This match probably would have only been like 2 or 3 minutes. But Braun Strowman kept on raising up his shoulder. Now, understand, he's trying to look like he's trying to show his dominance as a heel, which most of your heels will do. God, my eyes are so dark. But Sami Zayn ended up beating the count, and as he hit the haluva kick, it was like 1 second. He went back, guessing to go for a second haluva kick, and then the time went out. And then he sit there like, wait, what happened? And then realized time ran out. Sami Zayn won. There you go. Then we had I'm not going to be exactly order. I think it was Seth Rollins. Yeah. It was a Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins versus Chris Jericho match. Fairly decent. I didn't watch the whole thing. Because I was being real busy. Interference from Kevin Owens didn't cause a disqualification, but it distracted Chris Jericho for Seth Rollins to hit him with the pedigree and get the cover. 1, 2, 3. Fairly decent. Moving on. Then we have the Cruiserweight match. I gotta say, I didn't watch the whole action. The ending, I love the ending. I like the ending because it shows who's going into 2017 with the title in the next feud. Well, and in the newest feud. We'll still have Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins, but now we have Rick Swan, or whatever his name is, and Neville. Or is he Adrian Neville? I have no clue if they're going to keep him as Neville or Adrian Neville. I think how it ended, it was really good. Well, it was decent. Then Neville comes out. We're thinking he was face as he started coming in. Started getting ready to hug Swan, and then starts beating the crap out of him. Beats the crap out of him and TJ Perkins. I think sometime in the near future, before Royal Rumble, there's going to be a tag team match between Brian Kendrick, Neville versus TJ Perkins and Swan. That's just going to be a for fun tag team match. Royal Rumble I think Royal Rumble. I think they're going to have all the titles on the line. Except tag team, and then do everything. Because you have to usually have your WWE Championship, your secondary belt, aka or Universal title. They probably won't put the Intercontinental. They probably won't put the United States. I highly bet they're going to do the Cruiserweight. No, that would already be over. That haven't even started the United Kingdom Championship. God, they're making too many divisions. They're making a separate division for every group of people. And it's kind of dumb. Just bring them all in. Now I understand we gotta show talent around the world. What's next? It's gonna be the Asian Championship. People from Japan and China. Like, we're gonna have Nakamura move up to the main roster. Oh no, wait, he's gonna take the U-turn and go all the way to the Korean title. And that's an extreme joke. If they were, they would bring like Nakamura, anyone from NJPW, anyone who has squinted eyes. God, I can barely see like that. But I'm just kidding. I do not mean to be racist. But moving on, we got the women's match. Alright, and women's match, yeah. This match was stupid. This was probably, I'm not going to call it the worst match of the night, but it was really dang close, in my opinion. I know there's going to be a lot of people that say it was one of the best matches of the night, if not one of the best women matches of the year, which in turn, that would be, if they said it was one of the best women matches of the year, they would be lying out of their boots, or shoes, or whatever. Because this match was one of the most rubbishest matches that both of these women have had this year. I'm not comparing it to anything. I'm not like comparing it to any other highlight matches like the Hell in a Cell. Well, I am. It's just, it doesn't compare to them. They fought so many times, and this titles went back and forth almost every pay-per-view. The past 2 pay-per-views, Charlotte's came up on top. No, yeah, Charlotte. And then on Raw, Sasha comes out on top. Charlotte has one of the best win-loss records in pay-per-view history. There is no other woman on this roster, any roster, being SmackDown, Raw, or NXT, that can compare to her. I honestly do not like how Charlotte is. She could be a heck of a face, but she just plays so good as a heel, and it really suits her. Because you had her father was a big heel. With the 4 Horsemen, with his feuds with Dusty Rhodes, I think with Sting. Yeah, didn't he have his feud with Sting? Yeah. He's just been a heck of a heel. And it's kind of rubbing off on Charlotte. But they'll probably never turn her face. Unless she went against Dana Brooke. No, unless she went against someone like, I really can't think of anyone where she could become a face. She's just so disliked now that she's practically pointless of being a face. I don't see where she could fit being a face, except if she played the version of like Sasha Banks, which would never happen unless their roles flip-flopped. But honestly, talking about the match, I don't like some of the things that, I'm going to sound really weird. I do not like some of the things that were said during the match. For instance, mind games being played. Your daddy loves me more than you, said from the words of Charlotte. Not Charlotte, but Sasha Banks. That was really stupid. That could have already been played out. I understand it's mind games, but it was just stupid. We already know that. She probably already knows that. Because of how she shouldn't care about her father. Slapped him in the face repeatedly throughout the year. Why should she care? She gets offended just because her father raised Sasha's hand. Sasha's hand. She shouldn't care. last time I knew, she said she didn't need him. He was useless. Now, why does she all of a sudden care? Also, I really don't like the ending. That was probably the worst part of the match, the ending. 2 seconds left on the clock. Sasha taps. Causes it to go into overtime. It'd been different if there wasn't that much time and it went into overtime while she was doing the figure 4. That's my opinion. But when you tap 2 seconds before the match even ends, and let me just set this out. It was 1-2. Sasha was in the lead. She was holding the figure 4 in for easily 1.5, 2 minutes. And then once she hits the arch, she's like, all of a sudden, I gotta tap. Now, I might sound stupid, but I just think it was pointless of her tapping if she could have held it in for 2 seconds. But that did lead us to go to overtime. I would have been much happier if it went, they both got the 2-2 before the figure 4, or the figure 8, shall I say. And then the figure 8 goes in, Sasha's in the figure 8, holding it in, and after the timer goes off, then she starts tapping. Because then you see this saying, now Charlotte has a major advantage. We don't know who's going to win. More than likely, Charlotte, because she is, she's put, Sasha over so much, especially with her knee. Because that was the main focus of Charlotte in this whole match, getting her knee out. Which then, without her knee, she cannot do the bank statement. She cannot walk. She can more only hop on the other leg. She can't get really any offense in without having to brace herself up with a rope or something. Which was which was shown in the overtime. Gotta say, by the pace, heck, it was really nice. Just don't think it compared to their other matches. It would have been a lot better if we didn't have this match. Because it should have been ended in Charlotte's hometown. And my question is, do we call her Charlotte Flair or Charlotte? I have a question. Drop me out in the comments what we're supposed to call her. Because it's pointless calling her Charlotte Flair if we know she's part of the Flairs. We don't call Natalya Neidhart. Or Natalya Hart or something. It's pointless. We couldn't call Randy Orton having his whole name in it or something like that. Because we know they're part of that we're part of that legacy. Well, not exactly part of the legacy, but they carry on from that. But now we go on to the main event. I didn't really care for this main event. I haven't cared for some of the main events we've had recently. What was I say? Kevin Owens won via disqualification by the help of Chris Jericho. Because Chris Jericho gave Kevin Owens a codebreaker. We thought this was the sprout of the feud, but it was just a trick. Really stupid because what are we supposed to have now? Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble? Because that's probably where it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to, for SmackDown, it's going to be James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles, or James Ellsworth versus John Cena, or James Ellsworth versus Undertaker, and then Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Or it could be a triple threat, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. They probably will do that to us. Give us that triple threat, so we don't have Roman Reigns on the Royal Rumble. We would all love that. He shouldn't even be in it. There's no need for him being in it for this. What's it, the third year in a row? Yeah, this would be like the. No, it was like the fourth year in a row. Yeah. Because Triple H won last year. That's how he won the title. And then dropped it at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns. And then Roman Reigns won, eliminating Rusev, if I'm correct. And then got defeated by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Because he cashed in. And then have him getting eliminated by Batista. Ending up him going to the WrestleMania. Then causing Daniel Bryan to win by beating Triple H. And Batista and Randy Orton the same night. Yes, that is, because it was 32, 31, and 30. But this year, so far, we know Batista. Why did I say Batista? Goldberg and Brock Lesnar are so far going to be in the Royal Rumble. So now we know that it's either going to be Brock Lesnar or Goldberg actually winning. I don't see neither of them winning. Well, I see Goldberg more than Lesnar. I don't think Lesnar would do that. Would actually want to get. He would ask for probably way too much. Knowing how his contract is, he would probably be one paying. Because he's probably one of the biggest paid superstars. For the amount of matches he actually works. Next to Cena, because Cena gets paid truckloads. But Lesnar, I don't think would be the best choice for the Rumble, but we're getting off topic. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens end up reuniting. And then Seth Rollins comes out. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, of course, Shield reunion. Takes out Seth Rollins and and I think they had the German announce table, if I'm correct. And then they take out Kevin Owens in the I'm gonna say the English announcement table, aka the one most of us will listen to. Brian Sexton, Corey Graves, and Michael Cole. And now it's just building up between the feud of Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins. They're probably going to build this feud more all the way to WrestleMania. Because I think what they're going to do with this, it's going to mainly either butt heads at Royal Rumble or at the next pay-per-view. Whether it be Elimination Chamber, Fastlane. God, why did they choose Fastlane? Well, I don't understand why they brought Roadblock all the way in December. Roadblock should be with the Road to WrestleMania because it's all road-based. Got Royal Rumble, the start of the road to the WrestleMania, Fastlane, a road. You go fast, you're driving a car, going down a road, Roadblock, that block that's stopping you from getting to your destination, and then Mania, which is the destination. Now, I understand end of the line. They had an end of the line for at the end of the feuds, just like how they did TLC and Stairs, because of the stairs match, which was stupid. Why would they do that? But Full Out, pay-per-view wise, did they do better than, what was this, TLC? Definitely not. They did not compare to TLC. Because we had the Brad's win, AJ Styles retain with the help of James Ellsworth, Miz retaining, and I just think a lot better matches were on TLC. And this is really how we end the year. This is how we end the year in WWE. With this crappy pay-per-view. Now, I give it to the Superstars. They still work their butts off. They could more than likely, they probably, depending on some of them, they might really care on how they do. But it just wasn't a good pay-per-view. I think most of us are getting real tired of this brand split because you're getting 2 pay-per-views a month. Now, that might not seem bad for a lot of us, including me. I love doing it, but it just gets you so tired. Most of us are having to stick to one brand, really. I've been sticking more on Raw, but now seeing how some of these pay-per-views have turned out for Raw and how they've been turning out for SmackDown, I might really start watching SmackDown more than Raw. Now, meaning we lose a good hour of showtime because we only have a 2-hour show. Now, not saying they should make it 3 hours because where are we going to do a 205 Live? Because that's on the WWE Network. We're not wanting to stay on midnight watching 205 Live. Heck, I don't even watch 205 Live. I still wouldn't want to stay up till 12 o'clock watching 205 Live. Heck, that's why I'm not watching Talking Smack. Raw Talk. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? What's next? It's gonna be NXT Talk It Out. God, it's almost midnight. But interested to see what they're gonna do in Raw. Highly doubt Triple H is going to come back until after December. It'll probably be good. What would I say? Maybe Royal Rumble or after? Before Mania? At least get the match out of the way and have... Yeah, Royal Rumble, I think he's going to come back. Predictions for after the pay-per-view. As I said, Rich Swann versus Neville. Tag team titles. Cesaro and Sheamus versus New Day. I think they're gonna kind of have one more match, and then they're gonna move to Gallows and Anderson for the women's division. Emelina and Charlotte. No, definitely no. Definitely no. It's gonna be Bayley and Charlotte, of course. For Charlotte, I think she's gonna go more. I think Emelina is gonna attack her or something, or her and Nia Jax, something like that. God. For the United States title, God, like I know, they're probably gonna have him ride with Rollins in this whole feud. Enzo and Cass against Rusev, I think they're going to just drop that after a few months. They're probably going to put them back in the tag team, part of the tag team. Anything else for Superstars? Did I forget anything? I don't think so. No. Well, I'm not going to have an intro for this one. I'll have a better video up tomorrow or today, whenever this goes up. But, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys leave a comment. Please subscribe for more. To check up Dark Blade. And I'm out. Peace.